I knew Charlie and Charlie Hammerman, and Charlie asked me to come to one of the first big presentations that they had once they were up and running, and I was really interested, and he asked if I would be willing to participate in the board, and of course I said yes.
I was introduced to the DOF in 2014 by another one of my colleagues at work, and I met with Charlie. I'll be honest, Charlie Hammerman is a great guy, and initially I saw the value in his passion about the organization, and then I learned more about the DOF and saw the value in the type of service that he's able to provide through the organization. There are not a lot of organizations that are providing this type of programming for the disabled community. So I did see the value in being part of something that would impact a greater part of the community.
Well, by default, everyone who's on the board is there because they're passionately engaged and believe in it from some form or fashion. So it doesn't get heated. It's just not the nature of, we're a very collegial group of individuals. But I would say the discussion is usually around how do we raise resources for DOF and what sorts of opportunities are there for DOF.
I got involved with the DOF in its very early years. My background is in nonprofit finance and real estate. I'd heard about this local organization that was getting started, and it only ended up being a coincidence that I myself am blind and disabled, and that this organization was dedicated to supporting people with disabilities, but actually our first intersection is that they needed somebody who was strong in finance. I was available to being an advisor. It only turned out to be after the fact, that I found such an affinity for their work.
So I've been on the board for, I think, a little over 3 years, and I am chair of the loan committee. The loan committee reacts to the recommendations that the fund makes, and the fund's underwriter, who's an employee. That's the structure exists that somebody wants to get a loan from DOF. They will present the reasons for the loan. They work with DOF. DOF determines whether or not they're credit worthy, what the risk is, what the enterprise is, what the social impact is of the organization. And then once they work out all the terms and decide that it's an appropriate risk to take, they will come to the loan committee and ask the loan committee to approve the loan being made to whoever the borrowing enterprise is.
My involvement with DOF now, with BNB, is fairly new as a loan committee member, but I've been a funder and a lender and a friend to DOF for many years now. I just find the people really, really pragmatic and thoughtful and looking for ways to act and impact a needy part of the population in a very real and practical way.